Hello everyone, welcome back to Garden Obsessed, and happy belated Thanksgiving to any of my fellow Canadians. I hope you had a lot of turkey and are nice and full and have lots of leftovers to eat. I am just heating up some turkey soup that my mom made. I cooked the turkey and she said, if you bring me the carcass, I will make soup. And I said, that's the easiest deal I've ever made in my life. She makes wonderful turkey soup. So I'm looking forward to that for my lunch today. But I wanted to talk, I ordered some seeds from two companies. One of them is Floret. The other one is a sort of local seed company here to me. If you can hear that beep, that's the microwave telling me my soup is warm. The other one is Veseys, which is in Prince Edward Island. And then after I have my soup, I might come back and talk about seed saving and why I do it and some of the things that I have saved this year. Yeah, or maybe that'll be a whole nother video. I haven't decided yet. Depends how long-winded I am on this one. So let's get started. So I'll go over the Veseys order first because it was only 2 packets of seed. So the first one I got is Sunset Runner beans, and these are just like Scarlet Runner beans. I don't know if you can see them through the package. They look pretty much identical. I don't know if you can see that or not. But these have like a peach colored flower, and I think I did take some pictures. I grew them this year. If I can find the pictures, I'll throw one up here. But the deer and the frost got to all of my beans. I planted these kind of late, and I did have some that I thought might make it to seed production because there was only like 6 seeds in the pack that I had, and I planted them all and didn't get any seeds to save. So there's more than 6 seeds in here. I'll go ahead and plant these next year and have better deer protection. They ate all my beans. They ate a lot of my beans this year. They didn't eat them all. And luckily I had some beans at the community garden, and those are nice and protected with an electric fence. So the beans there were safe, but they were all bush beans. So we'll try round 2 next year. They're really pretty. All right, the other thing that I got from Veseys was also beans. And I had no idea the package was this big. This is 120, excuse me, this is 125 grams. They mature in 60 days. They are a bush green bean. And why did I get these? I got these because the most gorgeous beans and the most prolific beans that I've ever seen in my entire life was a friend that lives in the Annapolis Valley. She had photos of her beans on her Facebook, and I was like, oh my God, what are those beans? I need to grow them. And this is what she told me they were. So I hope I have half as much luck with these next year as she did. And everybody I know is getting some Antigua beans to grow next year. There's probably like 600 seeds in here. They're just little white beans. I'll show you. I like to, especially beans, I really love to see the seeds. I don't know why. So that's what those look like. Oops, I dropped one. Lola will play with it. All right, so that was my Veseys order. Now for what you're probably all here for is the Floret order. I didn't go as crazy this year as I have in the past. And most of, excuse me, I still have that cough from COVID. It's like a month later. And anyway, most of what I got is sweet peas. I think I only got 7 packs of those, and I got 3 other packs. So I have 10 things here to show you. The first is Bee's Friend. And I got this mostly because it looked pretty. It's supposed to be a great pollinator. It's different looking than anything I have. I'll put that up there again. It's kind of ferny and the flowers curl and do some cool things. And mostly I just wanted some pretty pollinator things. Another thing that I got that I'm super stoked about that isn't a sweet pea is a Pincushion Flower. It's the Fata Morgana. I think that's how you say it. which means like mirage, FYI. But it's kind of an antique color scabiosa flower, which I thought would be really cool and would go with a lot of things, so I wanted that. I also got some pale lavender sweet rocket. I love everything kind of in that floxy type family. And so now on to the sweet peas. And I have notes because I wanted to get breeders and things right. So the first one here is Vicks. And I'll throw up photos too because you can't see the colors and stuff. But this is Vicks. So it is a Dr. Keith Hammett variety. It's an early flowering. And for anyone who doesn't know, if you listen to like podcasts and things, which I do, you may have heard either Keith Hammett or Roger Parsons on some floral flower podcasts the last few years. I think Keith Hammett had a two-parter this year on the Sustainable Flowers podcast, which is a Canadian podcast. And Roger Parsons is another sweet pea breeder. And he was featured on the Let's Grow Girls podcast. Lola! Hey! A car went down the road. Anyway, she's going to continue to bark, but I'm going to talk over her. So they're two well-known sweet pea breeders. Hey! Hey! Come here. Get down. You're okay. Go to bed. Nope. Anyway. Dr. Hammett also breeds dahlias for anyone that's interested. But anyway. So Bix, he breeds in New Zealand. And this is a cream colored flower with kind of pinky edges. It's really pretty, and it's an early flowering one, so that's going to be fun to grow. Sweet peas, have grown them over the years, but last year kind of fell hard for them, and this year grew more and started to try to figure out things that I liked. Hey, are you done now? She's literally growling at a car. Anyway, on to the next one. This is Erewhon. This is also a Keith Hammett sweet pea. Lola! It's a semi-grandiflora. And the special thing about this one... Enough! Hey, go to your bed. Go to your bed. Okay, that's enough of that. All right, it's a reverse bicolor. So usually the standard petal is darker than the wing petals, but this one it's reversed. It's really pretty. All right, next up is Piggy Sue. You go to bed. She's mad. She can't see out the window from her bed. It's also a Keith Hammett, and it's a pale blush cream colored flower. All right, on to Castle Wellen. This one is a Spencer type, and it's by Herod and Unwins. And you might recognize that name because there's an Unwins mix. But anyway, so it's a long-stemmed, peachy colored sweet pea with very large blooms. This one is Limelight, and I have to flip my sticky notes. It is by Mark Rowland and Maggie Goodsell of Owl's Acre Seed. And it is a creamy color with a green cast to it. And I think it's kind of light dependent. If it's in a shadier or more protected area, I think it'll tend to lean more green. And if it's in a really bright location with full sun, I think it leans more ivory cream colored. And they are said to have long stems and be fragrant. So those are the kinds I like to hear. Next up is Windsor. And it is gorgeous. I cannot wait to grow it. It's also a Spencer type, and it is also by Brewer and Unwinds. And just when I say Spencer type, in the 1900s, the gardener of the Spencer family, like Lady Diana Spencer family, he started breeding sweet peas, and actually in the early 1900s is kind of responsible for making them popular again. And they tend to have long stems and frilly flowers. So you'll see a lot of Spencer types in the cut flower industry. There's also old fashioned. They don't have as strong or long of stems with smaller blooms. And then the grandiflora is kind of somewhere in the middle with the larger blooms. And anyway, I'm still learning, but it's fascinating. I love the sweet peas. And the last one that I got is Yvette Ann. And that one is a Roger Parsons. He's the UK breeder. And it is a gorgeous, delicate, like salmony pink with a cream colored throat. And it does have long stems as well. So that is all I have bought for seeds so far. And I'm trying to cut back on my seed purchases this year. So I don't know how many hauls I'll have to show you guys, but anything I do buy, I will show you. I just feel like I have enough, and I want to learn to grow what I have. I mean, you know, other than some things that, you know, I love and want to grow, and I wanted a few more varieties of sweet peas. I didn't have very many pinks and peaches and creamy colors this year. I had a lot of blues that I really fell in love with. I grew Old Spice light blue, Blue Celeste. I had Enchanté, and some mixes and things, and freaking love them. So the blues I definitely know I like, but I think I'm gonna like those pale pinks and things as well. So that's it for the haul. I think I will make the seed saving video separate because we're already at like 13 minutes unless I cut out some of Lola's barking, which I will try to do. So I hope you're having a good day. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you come back, and we'll see you next time.